app and posted a screenshot of a conversation between a mother and a daughter. The mother had purchased the daughter a car for her birthday, and the daughter acted like she didn't really like it. She texted her daughter, "Hey, what did you think about the car?" And the daughter was just basically, "I was expecting a BMW. A Toyota is cool. You drive a Mercedes." The comments were so ugly, attacking the mother, attacking the child. And I saw a take where a gentleman was talking about how parents haven't taught gratitude. We haven't modeled gratitude. And I say that's bullshit, because I know for a fact I have modeled grace, gratitude, all of those things. Have I been perfect? No. But my kids have seen enough to know what gratitude is, what it looks like, and what the expectations of gratitude are. What we're seeing in this current generation is not a lack of gratitude. It is an anxiety over unrealistic expectations when they go unmet. When we were growing up, our peers were the people sitting next to us in class. According to the neighborhood schools, we're all in the same socioeconomic atmosphere. People have more, some people have less, but the possibilities are all realistic. Our kids are on social media. Anybody with a phone that looks like they are their age, that is who they are not only comparing themselves to, but they are setting their expectations on. Daughter comes to me the other day, and we are in the midst of planning her 16th birthday party. She's giving me ideas for 16 presents leading up to the 16 days before her birthday. And
Let's hold on right there. Let's back up for a second. 16 presents leading up to her birthday. Let me just say this, bro. What I see happening in the culture, even outside of the young kids, from grown women, I'm talking about women that are 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 years old. I see women saying that they're celebrating their birthday all month, that it's their birthday month, not their birthday. Real talk. And so when I see happening in society is a reflection of what I see happening in the culture, and what I see happening in the culture filters down into the children. And so if their mothers, and not maybe not this woman in particular, nice Escalade that she riding in, dope, dope, dope. If the mothers are modeling this behavior, what do you expect for the children to be like? You see what I'm saying? And now that we have social media, I think the unrealistic expectations are starting to filter through. And now they want what their friends have, right? And we don't have the ability to tell them no. We don't, because being thankful is not just about getting what you want and being appreciative of it, because people are going to be appreciative, especially when they get what they want, but also having the right behavior when you get told a no is what really character is. Character is the development of who you are from a personality perspective that allows for you to exist regardless of what environment that you're in, right? So if I'm able to tell you no, but you're still able to operate with a good mentality and good character, then that means that you are appreciative and that you do have the right attitude. Attitude is a reflection of character. And so when I see a lot of this, it ain't even about gratitude no more. It's about creating the expectation, and then at the same time, why would they show appreciation when they just a reflection of you? What people don't really understand is that just because they seen it, they have to actually see it happen in real time. They got to see it happening from you. I've always believed, even as my daughter just graduated. She's had the best life of anybody that we've ever experienced inside of our family. She's grew up in the best experiences possible, right? I've always believed that she is going to attach herself to the things that she see happening. So I have to treat her mother with a certain level of respect. I had to make sure that, my wife was golden, and that I modeled what I wanted my daughter to be. I treated her mother. So now she's a reflection of us. She's a reflection of what she's seen happening inside of the household. She's very chill. She's very meek. She don't have a lot of expectations. She asks for a lot because I spoil her, and that's my only daughter. But at the same time, she not tripping if I tell her no. And so, everything is cool. But what I see happening from these children today, honestly, is just a reflection of what I see happening from the parents. And so she's saying kids are ungrateful, and it's not because of the parents. I think that multiple different things can be true at the same time. And it doesn't always mean that just because you put a value into the kid that you're going to see that reflection immediately, but you got to give it to them early. You got to show them to them early. You got to help them to understand that everything ain't given to you. Money just don't grow off of trees. All of that type of stuff. And I think that for the most part, because and we also have to take into consideration that we wasn't always the best ever. People get on these applications and they act like, oh man, when we was coming up, we was no, you got revisionist history. You had a bad attitude. You wasn't always the model perfect. You wasn't always appreciative of everything that you ever got. You never said thank you all 100% of the time. So you got to give a little grace to when they go on through it, right? It's a different era, a different time, and they in the social media era. Sometimes you got to give a little grace.
You can have a gift list for family and friends, but as far
16
as
gifts
I'm
is
concerned, and your
wild.
dad's
16 gifts for 16, but your sweet 16 is crazy.
concerned, the party is your present. It's my 16th birthday. Does that mean I'm not getting any presents? No, I'm not saying you're not getting any presents, but the present is the party. Because of the kind of family we have, they're always calling me, what does Mariah want for her birthday? You can send it right on over to them. She really had a hard time wrapping her mind around the concept. We're planning the party. Coins are being spent. She's not getting a car. She don't have a driver's license. If she had had a driver's license, we would have had a different conversation. I'm not mad about it. I'm letting her know money is being spent. It doesn't grow on trees. I just want her to have an awareness of, hey, this is what's going on. A couple of days ago, she's like, I had talked about wanting 16 gifts leading up to my 16th birthday, and I just really want to know, is it going to happen or not? I told her, get out of my face. I was triggered. What was about to come out of my mouth was not a good reflection of the type of parent that I aspire to be. So I processed it for myself. I ended up having a conversation with her, and she starts crying because the last thing she wants to be viewed as is ungrateful. She knows that that's not the posture of her heart. It was really heartbreaking for her to have to hear and understand why her behavior is being interpreted in a way that is inconsistent with how she truly feels. From my mind, you are ungrateful. That was ungrateful for you to come up to me and ask me those questions when children see things on social media.
Is it ungrateful for her to ask those questions because they don't understand though? I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this one. I am. I'm a little bit torn, and then I'm not sure if the kid was being ungrateful or if they were moving in the expectation of what you've created for them. Honestly, I'm not sure that that is being ungrateful. If you've created this expectation and you've you know done this thing or you've raised her up to be a certain way, and then to try to humble her at the same time, I don't think that that's being ungrateful. I just think that she's a reflection of you. Am I off? Somebody else give me some insight here. Let me know inside of the chat if I'm off about this.
That begins to set their expectation, their sense of normal. If it doesn't meet that expectation or standard that they have seen on social media, then it's disappointing. Disappointment is a fact of life. We can't shame our children for the fact that they are feeling disappointed because they had an expectation that was not met. Disappointment is very painful. I don't want to be disappointed. So now I'm feeling anxious because I don't know if my expectations are going to be met. So, Mom, can you please tell me ahead of time so I can start preparing myself for that disappointment, and then it won't come across as me being ungrateful. And
A lot of times they also have to show off for their friends and all of that other stuff. So, you know, that matters also.
that's when it clicked to me. She's not ungrateful. She is fully aware of how blessed she is, but that doesn't erase the anxiety that she feels. That also doesn't take away that little bit of disappointment that comes from having set these expectations based on social media that are
And based off of how y'all raise them.
real. And that's what we have to talk about.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn about this. I'm torn about this. I'm not sure if the expectations was just set based off of social media, because kids know what they can and can't acquire, right? They can be inspired by, they can want things, but they know whether or not the parents can afford to get it. They know if things are going to pop off a certain way. They know a lot of different things, right? And so I don't know, man. I'm not fully sold on the idea based off of what she communicated that the child was 100% ungrateful. I think that expectation and being ungrateful is just two different things and they don't know the difference, or maybe they're not communicating what the difference is to the child. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think.